Hello, everybody, and welcome to the This Week in the Tech Boy podcast. I'm finally live at 7:20 p.m. Central Time. We have lots to get to today, and right after this live goes live, we will have a new SSA LTW story, SSA declassified story up right now. But we have so much to talk about today. Samsung One UI 6, which is Samsung One UI 7, Samsung Galaxy updates, and the iPhone SE 4 is also coming out. Also, Gemini Live, Copilot, and Gemini, Copilot, and ChatGPT all got updates. They all got live voice interfaces. I'll interface with them live on the show right now, as well as do some reporting that we had on the TechBoy.org. Also, Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 tablets have been released, and here's what it could spell for the Samsung Galaxy S26 series set to launch in 2026. On what else? Oh yes, phones losing the original purpose, and electric cars versus gas cars. My take on this has garnered some clapback because, of course. All right. All right, guys, we currently lost our camera. So back to laptop webcam. Oof, that looks awful. Let me see if I can fix it. Touch up appearance. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So our regular camera's been going out for some reason. Oh, and also the battle for air supremacy. I recently tested 2 Air Force style games on Android, and we'll get into that. So first, let's talk about Jim. And it is October 5th, which means it has been 5 days since, it's a leap year, since I claimed that parental control applications were essentially malware on that very controversial stream from October 7th. All right. So let's get into this. Gemini Live, Copilot, and Gemini Live, Copilot, and ChatGPT all got updates today, not today, but this week, starting now on Android phones. You can now talk to Gemini Live. So let's see what she has to say for us. All right. Hey, could you say hi to my friends on podcast stream right now?
Unfortunately, I can't talk directly to your friends on their podcast.
Is there anything Could you say hello to all of them?
Sure, I can do that. Let's craft the perfect message.
No,
What's
just
the overall vibe you're
just say hi right now. They can all hear you.
Clear. Maybe something like, "Hey there, this is Gemini, a large language model.
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with username and wanted to say hello."
All right, so that is Gemini Live right there, and this is what its user interface looks like. It kind of looks like a cell phone. If you look at it right here, you have end, which would be hang up and hold buttons, and then you have regular Gemini, and it actually transcribes what you're trying to say as you're talking to it. And I found that it's useful, but it's very, very wrong on things, right? I asked it when the Steelers last played on Monday Night Football, and it told me that they played on October 3rd. Or Sunday Night Football, and told me they played on October 3rd against the Colts, or something like that. For those of you who don't know, watching in the future, October 3rd was a Thursday, and the Steelers did not play. All right, and they also didn't play the Colts on that day, or whatever. All right, but when we get into Gemini Live versus Copilot versus ChatGPT, there's lots of things that go into that, but it really comes down to voice and accuracy, and I haven't done any accuracy tests right now, but voice is really, really important. So I called this article "The Battle of the Voices," and I hope you like this image that Copilot actually generated. Copilot went through a full redesign, actually. I'm going to pull this up on the screen. It's more dark. It has news. It lets you listen to, and it's more it kind of reminds me of the AI application Poe, which is more of a personal AI app than something that's supposed to be productive. You can message it and you can talk to it on live. Let's get into that.
Hi, one.
Hey, Copilot, what are you up to today?
Just hanging out, waiting to see where we go next.
Yeah, and one of the things that I've noticed too is the voices. Gemini is completely ahead. Oh, hello Elijah, and welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. So yeah, Gemini is completely ahead on terms of voices. Copilot, it might be a bit more accurate. I did try to get it to generate my article for me, on voice, but it didn't really do that good of a job. The thing I am interested in is if we can get the speech correct and the voices to be less robotic and more in more human sounding. And I think users prefer female sounding voices compared to male sounding voices on their smart assistants. So hopefully ChatGPT can fix that issue. It only has like one, and the voice is terrible. Here's Gemini and Copilot. Yeah, so I'd rank it Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT. And one thing I would like to say is Copilot's image generation technology is actually faster. I'm going to go live right now. Come on, chat, tell me what you want Copilot to generate, and we'll put it in, and then I'll start timing it. So you have to say generate, but I do miss the pixelation technology that you could have on Gemini, some of the advanced features that it had in the image generation technology. In fact, when you head over to ssaltw.blogspot.com and share the tab, yep, there you go. Some of these images were pixelated within, you can't see. Some of these images were pixelated within Copilot instead of me using my pixelator application. All right, and since chat hasn't gotten back to us with what we were supposed to generate, I'm just going to have it generate a futuristic cell phone. All right, 3, 2, 1. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. What? It's saying image generation doesn't want to generate stuff today. Well, that is unfortunate. So no generation over there. I haven't actually tested out Gemini's generation. Let's see what it can do here. Let's see. I'm gonna ask it to generate. One thing I did notice is that you can't really generate stuff or take notes in live. It's supposed to be more of like a conversational thing. So I hope it's trying to lean into being more personal and communicable. So let's have Copilot come into it. I mean, sorry, not Copilot, Gemini, on the regular text to speech mode, not live mode. All right, generate a futuristic cell phone. Ooh, and it's generating with Imagen 2. Imagen 3 is coming soon. And Elijah says that AI is being janky. And wow, these cell phones do look pretty futuristic. I did get 3 images. That is one thing to note. Copilot will only generate 1 image. So this is a transparent cell phone. And then we have a folding cell phone that looks like a butterfly in like futuristic China, maybe. Maybe it's based off the Huawei phones. And then we have I don't know what this is. It's taking me back to 2010. So the image generation technology still could get better. I wonder if it can generate white people now, because that was an issue back in 20 in what was that month? February. Let's see. Generate a 19-year-old white woman. Basically a Harpu. So here we go. Let's see if it can generate that. And all right, we haven't been banned yet. And they still haven't brought back people yet. So hopefully Google can get that tech working soon. All right, speaking of Photoleap, still amazing. Make sure to check out Ava Harper over on Instagram. We thought it crossed 300 followers. We're at 293. We're so close. So hopefully we can get better than that. All right, so let's talk about electric cars. So someone was talking about electric cars, and I had an interesting take, as all my takes tend to be always controversial. So let's see if I can pull it up on the screen, and while I'm doing that, let's see what the chat has to say. So here I'm going to search, see if I should bookmark these right now. We have so much to get to, by the way. Yeah, that sounds bad. Okay, let's see. Gas. And see from me. Yes, here it is. So I had a debate that, of course, as you know, greatest internet debater of all time. I always win my internet debates. So here you are. Hopefully you guys can see this on the screen. Elon Musk said that almost all vehicles will be purely electric. Long-term combustion cars will be a niche like horses, and of course, that's beneficial for him because that's his business. And he needs to make money, so he can go send people to Mars or something like that. And then the person responded that she wouldn't replace her gas guzzlers, keep the classic for the reasons combustion vehicles are better. And I said, wow, that's some good engagement right there. And I said, you can't carry a gallon of electricity if you get stranded on a mountain. The thing being, let's say you're on a Jeep or something and you're going, yes, I always do win my internet debates. I do. Okay, it is a given fact. Okay, you know what they say, facts don't care about your feelings. All right, anyway, you can't carry a gallon of electricity if you get stranded on a mountain. The if you say you have a Jeep and you're going off-roading or something and you run out of gas, you can always carry extra gas or something. And some of these people are trying to say, well, you can carry batteries. All right, fine. If you guys can figure out how to carry a gallon of gas, which is about 5 pounds, right? How much does a 6 pounds? Yes. All right, a gallon of gas weighs about 6 pounds, and then I'm going to add an extra 2 pounds for the container, right? So about 8 pounds. If you guys can create an 8-pound battery that can get you 20 or 30 miles, depending on the fuel efficiency of your car or vehicle, especially if you're going downhill, that first of all, that'd be great. Second of all, that wouldn't exist. And some of these people are saying you could roll a small generator up there. Sure. Okay. Yeah, technically, you could bring a generator to a car. I mean, sure, but then you're gonna have to power it by something. What are you gonna do? Burn leaves in there, and it's gonna have to plug into your Tesla overnight, and you're not gonna get home until morning. And most generators are powered by gas, so you could have just saved money, got the gas car, put it in, and not gotten stuck. And then some of these people are saying that cars can't, like electric cars are just better for some reason. Let's see, I'm trying to see the comments. Where are they? The comments to be here. All right, sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties. Standing by. Where am I? Let's see if I can. There were some more comments here. Maybe they deleted them because they got utterly destroyed by my facts and logic. All right. But people are talking about how they could carry batteries and the tech was right there. And exactly. Right. So Elijah says that he agrees with me on this point. Electric cars are a great idea, but we can't just execute it well enough. Yeah, I mean, electric cars, they're good in the city. They're nice, but they have various problems. First of all, they're super heavy. Electric cars, they basically ruin the roads. Second of all, electric cars, they if you ever get stranded or something, right? If you get stranded, you can always go down to a gas station or carry extra gas with you. You can't really do that with batteries, right? Electric cars, they don't. If you get into accidents, you can because of the battery, they can get expensive repairs, like $10,000, $20,000, which is the price of a cheap used car, maybe even a cheap Tesla from, let's say, 2015. Let's see how much does a Tesla from 2015 cost. 2015, like just base model. So it's just better to just upgrade. Yeah, you can get a Tesla Model S for $4,590 from Carvana here in Houston. And according to Wikipedia, that's actually a luxury car. So yeah. If you were to get in an accident in an electric car, it would cost you as much as just buying a brand, 9 years, basically new in car years, a brand new electric car. Also, batteries, as you guys know with phones, of course, electric car batteries are bigger, degrade over time, and you can't really replace them like you could in old cell phones or in new cell phones. ish right now. And speaking of new cell phones, as you guys know, the iPhone 16 series just came out, but now we have to talk about the iPhone SE4, which is rolling out soon. So here's what we know about the iPhone SE4. The iPhone SE4 is going to radically change how the SE series is. So as you guys know, the iPhone SE series released in 2016, and they had some refreshes, I believe, in 2020 and 2022. They basically look like the iPhone 5, the iPhone 7, respectively, right? So the iPhone SE4 is actually going to be in the style of the iPhone 10R, which was a really, really popular phone a few years ago. Like most kids had that phone, just like how most kids now have the iPhone 13, 14, 15 series of phones now. So as you can see here, this is what the phone looks like. It really looks like you took an iPhone 13 mini and you have a small camera right there. So what do you think about this? Because for some reason, I don't know why, teenagers like to take pictures with their 0.5 wide angle camera, stick their tongue out and go like that and then post them for some reason. I honestly don't know why. As you can see here, this will be missing an ultra wide camera, but it will be having the Apple's first 5G modem, the 18 chip, so it's going to be faster than most phones in its category. Or maybe the Pixel 8a might be able to keep up with it. And it has a OLED display. And some people, actually lots of people want to, well, yeah, that's why we have the Department of Teen Change and Translation. Anyway, lots of people actually like the home button. I believe, let's see. Lots of people actually like the home button for their grandfather. I think, like, yeah. Lots of people want the home button to be like for their people or something like that. People who are who grew up with the iPhone, using the home button, they actually like the SE having the home button. People, just lots of people like the home button for some reason. Of course, I'm not a fan of gestures. I'm a fan of on-screen buttons on my phone, but not physical, but virtual digital buttons. They can do a lot more. But it appears that the iPhone SE4 is going to drop this. This will be a phone probably mostly geared towards kids, and most kids aren't going to care about that. But I'm not sure if this phone is the right choice from Apple. It kind of looks like they're redistributing the iPhone 13 parts, as you can see easily from the notch right there, which is now kind of going to be uncool because the dynamic island, the dynamic peel is popular. So it says, Elijah says that his iPhone is older, so he should have a home button. Yeah, I think I calculated that your iPhone is an iPhone 8 or something like that. So this is going to be kind of seen as like the uncool phone, I guess, but it is still an iPhone. It still has iMessage, so it will be better. It would be better on the teenage hierarchy of smartphones, right? Which would be essentially 16 Pro, Pro Max, whatever. That's number one, and then you kind of like scroll down the list, started down to maybe like 13, maybe 12. 12 might be able to make it in because it has the vertical camera alignment. So that's cool now, I guess, because 12 and 16. Of course, the camera control button, I guess, is going to figure out a way to use that for TikTok or something. And then you'll get the iPhone SE4, and then it will drop, but in features it will rise. So after the SE4, you might have like Samsung phones, but like good Samsung phones. No, Samsung, people think that Samsung's like a cheap brand. So Samsung's probably going to be at the bottom. Google might be, so they might go to Apple, and then the SE4 will be like the bottom of the Apple, but like at the top of all the other phones. Then you have Google, then Samsung, I guess, then like Nokia, TCL, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. How is your sister has an iPhone with face recognition, and you look similar. You're not even twins. If I was his sister, I'd turn face recognition off. See, this is why I don't use face recognition. Okay, I use a like long typey, like quotey password to get in, and then I use the fingerprint sensor to get into like secure folder with Samsung secure folder, right? I always wanted fingerprint sensor on my phone so that I could like scan fingerprints and see if they can match into databases. Unfortunately, there are no applications for that. Well, technically there are apps for that, but you have to have an external fingerprint scanner, so it doesn't work with the fingerprint scanner on your phone. Yeah. I know. Like she's not. You're not even twins. If I was his sister, I'd turn that off immediately. So hopefully she's watching right now. So yeah, that is why I use a long password, because then it can't be like forced out of me or something like that. All right, but Samsung, on the Samsung end over here, the much better and superior brand, and I praised what's your name, Sydney Sweeney, for doing America a favor by promoting Samsung and using a Galaxy Z Flip 5, but then also slammed it for not, you know, I don't know why she's popular. She hasn't really done anything for America except for Samsung. I also claim that the 28th Amendment should be support for Samsung. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of Samsung, there's a Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 has released, and there is actually no Tab S10. Very convenient. Want to pick music in the car? Sure. Pick music in the car and then like cash app money. Well, okay, that's a problem. See, she should change your password. Okay, like she's just begging to get. Wait, what's wrong with your phone? Why can't you pick music in the car with your phone? I mean, I know Bluetooth still exists on the iPhone 8. Anyway, back to the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10. Here's what it means for the Galaxy S26, because S25 has already been made. It's coming out soon. What do you notice on the screen? And for those of you who aren't Tab experts, you notice that there's actually no Tab S10. There's still a plus, but there's no 10, which I could go on and on about naming conventions, like how iPhone skipped the 9, they skipped 1, right? So you could argue that you can't have a Tab S10 Plus if there's no 10, because it's plus nothing. But I'm not the marketing team, whatever. This means that people are not really wanting smaller. Well, disconnect. Good grief. Anyway, people are not wanting smaller tablets, I guess. Are they smaller, good tablets? I mean, I'm pretty sure Samsung would be very happy to sell you their A8, and I'd be very happy to not use their A8. But see the display, and just we have 14.6 and 12.4, and people are not really wanting maybe the smaller flagship phones, the 6.2 inch to S24, S25, and they'll just nix it for the S26 series. Which makes sense. They've been steadily getting rid of their bezels. The S24 Plus is actually about the same size as the Galaxy regular S20, so with a larger screen. So if Samsung's able to do that, then I hope that's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hope they can do that, because I believe that bigger phones are better, but I think they might be losing out on the market, and I think Asus and maybe Apple might come back in and start selling mini phones. I believe the SE4 would technically be considered a mini phone. People are really going to like it. But let's look at the Galaxy Tab S10 series. Of course, we have Galaxy AI on here. Hopefully, they don't make you pay extra for it. It might end by the end of 2025. I hope they don't do that. But the sad thing is the Ultra is Wi-Fi only. There is no SIM card connectivity in the Tab Ultra. If you want SIM, you have to get the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus, where you can get Wi-Fi and you can get it on data. But it is smaller and it has the regular screen as well, and it also has S Pen charging as well as S10 Ultra. And these prices, I mean, they're pretty good, comparable. 16 gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte. It's actually interesting that you can upgrade the RAM. I'd like to see some LumaFusion scores on here, what you can do with this tablet, also compared to iPhone Pros. Also, iPad Pro. Sorry. Also, you can see that it still stays at Wi-Fi. I don't know why they do that. Basically, it forces you to get a phone, I guess. But if you're paying this much for a tablet, you probably have a phone, might even have a laptop already. Obviously, this might just be a drawing tablet as well. Unfortunately, the keyboard is not with it. But guys, let's look at the specs. Let's look at what we have here. So it's running Android here. We have a WQXGA Plus display, 14.6 inches. Of course, we have the notch here, not for face recognition, but for better video calling and stuff like this. It's really sad that Samsung didn't really have an event to announce this. Usually they have events for stuff like this as well. You have basic camera, 16 hours of video playtime, which is. I am still glad that they still have the micro SD card slot up to 1.5 terabytes. I think I used to be 2. Maybe that was on a phone or something like that. But I'm glad that they still have this. They also have GPS for, I guess, maybe you can use this as a really big console for your display. Now, let's go over to cheaper things over in the mobile world. The Galaxy S24 FE, which is basically spare parts from Samsung, has also been released. Probably like the iPhone 13 SE4 is basically a rehashing of the iPhone 10R and the 13 combined. But here's the S24 FE. Let's look at this. So of course we got Galaxy AI, has the same stuff. You can enlarge objects, move and autofill. I wish autofill was a little bit better. It still does better than Google Photos does, in my opinion. All right, you can turn sketches into works of art. That's actually pretty smart. Pretty smart. Okay. Of course, you got circle to search, live translate, interpreter, browsing assist. Great features, getting upgraded all across the board, all the way to the S22 Plus series. So, those aren't going to be needed upgrades if you have that, but I would upgrade if you want better battery or something like that. Of course, you got quick share. I am glad to see Samsung finally showing off some of these features as well. Samsung doesn't do a good job of showing off their undercover features, talking about good lock and stuff like that. Like that's my job, I guess, to tell you guys about it. But I wish Samsung would do this more, especially as they tend to remove features like micro SD card slots, headphone jacks from their phones. They need to differentiate themselves away from Apple. Which I guess QuickShare they're trying to be like, hey guys, we have AirDrop too. But I do like how they're still showing buttons on here. Also they were launched with the Watch FE as well. Of course, Galaxy Fitness Health, so it has new AI features. Of course, what do you guys think about these colors? We have like kind of a grayish color, which is what the titanium on the S24 Ultra would look like. I assume I haven't been down to the Samsung store to test this out yet. Of course, we got black, which makes sense, and then we have kind of a green, and then we have kind of a blue. I think that for the FE, like kind of a fun model, like kind of a flagship, kind of looks like a flagship, but it's only $649. Of course, you find better deals elsewhere. It's brand new, right? They're kind of like budget-ish phone, kind of like the A70 series that they kind of nixed, but finally has decks or something like that. I would think they might have some more fun colors because I guess people who want expensive stuff don't like color. I don't know why. Like Samsung's only fun color from the S24 that they sold on carriers was an atrocious yellow. Like they had black, I think, but they didn't have black in my storage and RAM capacity. Titanium and yellow for some reason, which yeah, whatever. But I would think they maybe want to have a red or a pink or maybe a brighter green, but Samsung seems to be understated here. But these are nice colors, especially people who might be upgrading. I had a green S22 Plus. It was a nice color. Terrible battery though. I also had a black A71 5G. So, but it was glass-thick, so it kind of had like the Aura Glow shimmer from the like Note 10 days, 2019. Fun fact, I actually predicted that the Note 10 was going to get 3 years of software updates. He says he likes the greenish one. Yeah, I like green. If I was going to get this phone, I might get black because I like that color. Green, maybe blue. These colors are nice, like they're not controversial or anything like that. But I wish maybe Samsung would have gone a bit more bold. Like let's look at the iPhone SE4. Like this white is a bit more bright or something like this, but it appears that the S24 is a bit matte, which is okay. But I'm not really one to care about colors or stuff like that as well. So we have a 10 megapixel selfie camera. That should be good. 50 megapixel wide angle camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, 8 megapixel telephoto camera. I want to congratulate Samsung for being able to count. I'm glad that they're not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, we have 6 cameras on here because this one can zoom. No, okay. Apple went on. Apple was trying to go on and tell us that their 2-camera iPhone was actually a 4-camera iPhone. No, okay. This is a proper 3-camera setup. The zoom sensor only 8 megapixels, but it's 3 times, so that's good. I wish they might be able to do this for say maybe a flip series for $649 instead of $1,000, which is still $1,000 pocket movie there. And of course we have the other features here. We got instant slow mo, portrait studio, which actually looks good, even though Sydney Sweeney kind of like acted about it. Speaking of, doesn't bro, she kind of looks like Ali Stuckey. I don't know. Then we have night portrait. Yeah, sure. That's not happening. What the heck is a? I should have this on my phone. I should have this on my phone. Let's see what chat says. Let's see what chat says. Oh, you're behind. Oh well. Oh dear. Pro Visual Engine. So I don't know. I don't know if this will get used, but I'm glad it exists. It's always better to have a feature than not have it. What else do we have here? Optical quality zoom. Wait, what? Is this? Are you trying to tell me that your zoom is just AI enhanced with? Okay, that doesn't mean AI enhanced zoom, so it's not actual optical zoom for some reason. Because it says it's a 3 times optical, right? Yeah. So I guess once it goes past that, they used to call it hybrid zoom. They said night portrait. Well, they might work. I'm just not sure if it's going to get used a lot. Because you have a phone from like 2017, so the tech has advanced in the 7 years that it's caught up with. All right. Hyper realistic gaming experience. I honestly want to know what games they're playing on here. It does have an Exynos 2400E. Battery 4,700 milliamps. That's actually pretty good. Especially a phone of this size. These stats are useless. Listen up to 81 hours. No one's going to listen to music 81 hours straight. Without anything. Also, these stats are based on if your phone is for some reason not connected to a network. So, if you're just using your phone as an iPod, sure. Of course, we got the application that I think will be most used here. I don't know who designed this graphic. We got TikTok. We got some game, music, some game, social, maps. Dive into immersive viewing experience, 120 hertz display, 1,900 p. What's wrong with you people? Why would you cap it at 1,900? Just do 2,000. I mean, come on. I noticed your spare parts phone, but good grief. Aluminum frame, Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, so this would be able to withstand the drop. You have smart switch, quick start, sure, and your privacy secured. So let's actually go back up to this graphic here, and let's look at the applications. You have TikTok, some game. You have Samsung Music, which like I'm probably the only person who uses it, and another game, social media, no, map, social media, and streaming. Maybe I'm watching a video. And that's going to lead us into our next segment, which is have smartphones lost their original purpose? And I'm still doing some research for this. I'm going to do like a long, in-depth article maybe on it over at TheTechBoy.org. But as you guys know, crackberry.com or org or something like that is a website that was about BlackBerry until BlackBerry went defunct and they stopped making phones anymore, and then TCL picked it up and then they stopped making their phones. So now it's just basically a general tech review website. They kind of go into some of the keyboard phones like the Unihertz Titan. You guys can go check it out. I went back because they would go back far back, at least past 2007, and they were reviewing some Windows mobile phones. Let's see if I can pull up the article here. BlackBerry Windows. And I was reading some GSM Arena, and they were talking about Symbian phones. I was looking into that too. And I was thinking, have smartphones lost their original purpose? Right? Because you go back to 2007, you go back to some of these articles maybe in 2010. And actually, I guess I can pull up the article here. Smartphones, original purpose, of course, calling and texting, right? And one of the things I am reading, if you read like some of the dumb phone subreddits and stuff like that, that if you get a flip phone in 2024, and I assume it's the same in 2007, right? That group chats do not work well on flip phones or dumb phones or stuff like that. So actually, just some of the things that we I guess take for granted with smartphones today, which is good messaging, is actually a key smartphone feature. So that's good. But when you look at smartphones here today, of course, TikTok, stuff like that didn't exist. So you're not going to really hear about anything for like social media, which I think it's kind of dumb to buy a phone for social media, unless of course you're like an influencer and that's your job. Um, which then you'd be what's it called, creating content and not consuming it, right? I mean, the way that people are trying to brand it is like, hey guys, we got this 120 hertz display screen. You can swipe TikToks faster. I'm like, I mean, the phone costs $1,000. You can swipe TikTok on a $200 phone. So, I mean, what's the difference between a $200 phone now and $1,000 phone of like build materials and camera quality, and, just a little speed increase. But when they were using smartphones back then, I mean, this is what they have here. People talk about updating websites, building blogs, stuff like this. I mean, you have a full QWERTY keyboard, which is also another blessing or benefit of the smartphone revolution. But it seems like most smartphone reviews are now saying that smartphones are just kind of like being portals to the online world. When here, of course, the internet isn't as fast. Of course, data plans cost a lot more money, and you have lost a lot less on your plan. They focus on a lot more offline stuff like programming and stuff like here. Like here is and you can do some of this stuff on most or all of this stuff on your hundreds times more powerful phone, right? But it's not as pushed as here. Like syncing with the computer was a key feature in some of these phones. Now we don't really kind of like plug in and sync anymore. So let's look at here. We have push to talk, which is a network thing that's gone out of fashion for some reason. I don't know why. Then we got BlackBerry Messenger, Event Viewer. It's a Windows phone. Google Maps, help, task. It's your calendar, mail, notes, tools, stuff like that. I guess we don't really focus on that more. It's more about talking about like the screen quality and speed for Instagram and I guess Snapchat and stuff like that. And then of course, to talk about creating Word documents in Excel and stuff like that. And we can't do that on our phones now, but it seems like people aren't really focusing on that. So I really like to maybe do a poll to see what people are doing on their phones and what the reasons are for upgrading and how they've kind of changed in the future. I was reading an article from GSM Arena yesterday. It was from 2010, and they were comparing this Symbian phone, Nokia 5300 something, Express Music, which is kind of like a narrow phone touchscreen, versus the Galaxy S2. And they were like, the Symbian's kind of more of a phone thing. It's more open, I guess. It doesn't have as many apps. And the S2 is more for like consuming content, watching videos, stuff like that. Of course, streaming really wasn't a thing on phones back then, but I guess downloading the videos themselves. And I'm really wondering how smartphone use has changed. Also, let's go back to like 2014 or 15, right? The iPhone 6s, right? I mean, you take an iPhone 6s now, you can put the same apps on it, right? Might be missing a security update or something, but it probably won't get hacked. It would be used the same. You give it a 6s or a 13 to someone, it'll be used the exact same. So I hope we can find more applications, more uses for smartphones. And it seems that their uses change from more creating content like, Word, Excel, even BlackBerry Messenger, to kind of like consuming content, which will kind of stop the growth of smartphones today, because smartphones today, like, you don't really need that much processing power to run TikTok, Instagram, so they're not going to need to focus on that as much, as it seems like it's either that or gaming, and things to come. Speaking of, there are some studies showing that, and I know this is probably from like the anti-phone people, I guess. I'm not sure, but like there's some studies or news articles showing that teenagers are getting hundreds of notifications, and by notifications, like from actual people, not like emails from that like Outlook app that everyone seems to have, a day in like group chats or Snapchat and Instagram and stuff like that. I'd like to know how. Like, please tell me how. Okay, if people, let's say people under the age of, I don't know, 20. So not brands, not brands, not of the like people I'm working with, right? So not people who are sending me devices to test and review, not comments on articles or stuff like that. So not the 18 to 25, 25 to 30 people who are reading my website, but they are actual people. How is someone talking to you 20, 30 times a day? Okay, if I were to go through my notification history, which you can turn on Good Luck, I would get like one notification of someone my age doing that. What are you kids doing? Like, I actually want to know. I'd like to see a study on this. I'd really like to see a study on this. Who, like, kids are like always like in group chats. How do you have that many people? Like, I am in like one group chat and there's 4 text messages in it, so we're not really gonna count that. How are you in that many group chats and iMessage and stuff like that? I'm really shocked. So if anyone's listening, please put that in the comments, and we'll go over that and read them in the next podcast episode. All right, but here was something that I do know about. Yeah, honestly, I just want to know what they're doing. Like, how do you have that many people who are group chatting you at the same time? Like, what did you have to do? Anyway, we're going to show here on the screen. The Battle for Air Supremacy. I reviewed these 2 games, Sky Warriors vs. Metal Storm, at both full settings. So 60, 120 frames. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, where are these kids? Where? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what are you doing? Like, my email app would buzz me more than like any app on the phone, and it's kind of sad. But at least I get free devices sent to me. No one else can say that. All right, but here we go. The Battle for Air Supremacy, Sky Warriors versus Metal Storm. This is an image of Sky Warriors, I think. Yeah. So I did some reviewing here on the S24 Ultra in gaming mode, Samsung gaming mode, and this is actually our most popular article. So I guess the people are asking for more reviews like this, so we'll give them this. But there's a lot to be gleaned in the screenshot. Here, sorry for the low quality here, but in this game you can go faster. At times, and this is how you control there. And you have a radar here, and this is some of the screenshots here. I really want you to go read this article, but the game in Metal Storm, I said the controls are better. Isn't that an epic screenshot right there? You have a radar. The controls are more free. As you can see, there's no like joystick or anything like that. So the terrain is more interesting, but you can't go as fast. And this is allowable in 120 frames per second. What the heck is Star Fox? Because this isn't a gaming thing. I just wanted to. What's Star Fox? Isn't that like an educational website, like Starfall or something like that? Anyway, so yeah, so make sure to check out that article. It's our most popular article of the week. Okay, we talked about 5G, Battle of the Voices. Hopefully, Alexa and Keys for Kids Radio can fix what they're doing, because I want to hear Keys for Kids Radio on it, on Alexa. All right, we have lots of videos to get into today. Mr. The Boss released a new video about social media algorithms controlling people, and honestly, it's just a whole bunch of yapping. All right, Star Fox is an old Nintendo game. It's practically a dead franchise. Interesting. Like, is it on a Switch or something? Here is Mr. The Boss, as he puts it in. And we are only 30. No. Oh, wow. Mr. The Boss actually put out 2 new videos. Ronaldo, Mbappe, Will Smith, Kim Kardashian. Apparently, these are all celebrities, and he tested out their technology products. All right. I guess we're going to have to watch that as well. But wait, I have to share this on the screen. There you go. All right. Can you see this? Yes, you can. All right. Well, we have our social media video thing here. You know what? I'll basically summarize it. He says these algorithms are smart and people can't control themselves. Womp womp. Also, half the apps up there on social media. X is not a social media platform anymore. It's like a micro blogging platform / news app. YouTube obviously isn't social media. Snapchat is advanced camera application of chatting features and filters, and Reddit is not a social media application. So 1, 2, 3, 4. more than half are up. But let's get into this because I think it's going to be interesting to see kind of the celebrity tech products like already eviscerated.
There's a smarter way to shop online, and I hate to tell you this.
I already eviscerated Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile people, the what do you call them? Carriers for patriotic Americans. The freedom of speech plan for being $22. So it's gonna be even more fun to eviscerate these other terrible tech products as well. And let's see what the SNES says. So it's a really old game. Womp womp. LOL. All right. Yeah, so Patriot Mobile, but I forgot. I actually think the one that's popular now is Pure Talk. So we're actually going to check them out, see if Pure Talk is legitimate or if it's, trying to scam you. Or not scam, because, X provides it, but overprice. And, of course, then if they offer me a sponsorship, of course, I will say yes. Just kidding. But anyway, let's get into celebrity tech products. Hopefully you guys can hear this on the screen. Switch Cameo. Oh, yeah, that's an ad. Some of those ads are annoying.
You've been overpaying for years. Don't.
All right,
in front of me right now are VTech products made by the world's
also, some of these products are old. Like that watch he was using. It's like
biggest celebrities. Everything from smartwatches.
Yeah, look at this watch. It's not look old. Also, speaking of smartwatches, Samsung used to put cameras on their smartwatch. Why did they stop that? There was literally an ad that people were whining about because he was taking he was trying to like show off the features, and he was taking pictures while skiing, and people were whining about that because people like to whine, and whining is a pastime. But at least Samsung was being innovative. I mean, now they wouldn't put a camera on their watch, which is sad. I mean, if I want a camera on a watch, I either have to buy like a spy toy from like 2013, or I have to buy some 2.8-inch watch from AliExpress.
That replace your smartphone, to microphones that make you sing better, to cyclone-powered popcorn.
That sounds nice. A microphone that makes you sing better?
Machines. So, have these celebrities used their special talents to make something genuinely amazing, or have they actually just abused their fame to sell you a load of hot garbage? Time to find out with our lovely homemade ratings chart. And let's actually go in order of how famous the person is. Start.
Let's see. Let's keep a ranking of if I've ever heard of these people and know who they are and what they've ever done. Elijah says he can't sing at all. What they've ever done. I've actually been able to kind of extrapolate what people have ever done. Like I'm good at talking off the teleprompter, which is a good skill. Okay, these episodes aren't scripted. I mean, I have notes, but whatever. Anyway, I'm good at talking off a teleprompter because there's no teleprompter right now. I'm also good at guessing stuff, so I can kind of like guess what they did. Also, what the heck? Who's this guy? Let's keep a tally of
I.am, who already has a very respectable
will.i.am. So the only reason I know who this guy is, never heard of him. The only reason I know who this guy is because of his tech. Elijah says, "Be right back." Okay, because of his tech products that he's released from multiple times. But I mean, this guy could literally be, I don't know, Attorney General. Well, I know who the Attorney General is, but he could be someone famous, and I wouldn't know. Okay, I could see him walking down the street and be like, I wouldn't notice him.
1.6 million Instagram followers, and he has made a smartwatch called the Dial. Holy cow, this packaging is amazing.
Only $70? That's actually a pretty good price. Now, I believe this smartwatch came out 10 years ago, so I don't think you can buy it now. And he probably got this off of eBay.
It looks like a floor-standing speaker.
So the price might be different.
Yeah. And here is the watch.
Reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy S, original Samsung Galaxy Gear watches. You have a really tight band here. You got the camera. Kind of looks like a VTech watch. Those VTech watches are great. I played with those things until the screen came off.
Does it look like a handcuff? Now, the key selling point here is that this thing has full smartphone functionality, and it runs on a voice-activated Ow! It's got such a strong magnet. It just ripped off my arm hair.
What are these? Are these watches or handcuffs?
Runs off a voice-activated operating system called Anida. Like, I need a.
Unfortunately, I need a network connection to help you.
First name Anita, second name connection. The actual
That's crazy.
interface is fine enough.
I mean, it gives me like 2014 style, interfaces.
I guess it looks somewhat slick and like a smartwatch.
I wouldn't really call it slick, but sure. Also, it's missing cameras. It has a selfie camera, like the Kitty Zoom watches do, but at least the Kitty Zoom watches actually had back cameras as well. I mean, they were 0.3 megapixels, but they...
But it's pretty clear the core functionality rests on it communicating with some sort of server that I am pretty certain the dude's just taken down. To be fair,
which is ridiculous. I mean, I wouldn't want my phone to be running only to work on a server, and that's basically how phones were working now today. Like, most people couldn't use a phone. Let's say you're on Patriot Mobile's freedom of speech plan, $22 a month. You got unlimited talk and text, no data. All right, you can make calls, text. What else can you do? Actually, did you guys know Snapchat actually works offline? Of course, not the chatting features, but the filters and pictures and stuff like that. You can download some offline AI models. I forgot to talk about that last episode, which was terrible. You can draw. Of course, you can't transform your drawing, and you can generate some images on your phone if it's powerful enough.
The quality isn't terrible for a watch camera. It's just the colors need some work.
Actually, that looks pretty good to me.
I'm honestly not surprised it barely works, to be honest. It looks like it doesn't even listen to will.i.am himself.
Let's talk about music.
Who would hold their watch like that anyway? Like, full well that this guy, and this is what the problem that all the Samsung people have, except for Sydney Sweeney apparently. All the Samsung influencers, celebrity people. I remember one time back in 2018, this Samsung celebrity influencer person was writing something good about the Samsung, and it said, "Tweeted from my iPhone." Like, this is the problem. Full well that this guy, as soon as he gets out of the cameras or something, is not using that thing as his phone. No, he has an iPhone 6 or whatever. Right? I mean, all these people are running around here with iPhones, and they're taking millions of dollars from Samsung. If Apple gave me millions of dollars, I'd probably use their phone. What?
Creating a voiceover with AI can be a real mission. Most of the voices sound pretty.
But before we decide how low will he go on our beautiful scoreboard, we've got 2 more products from the guy.
Oh wow! So he's like he's great at tech apparently.
First, the Super Mask, designed, I guess, to be the Batman utility belt of.
Also, $347 for a mask. This is like a COVID mask. Because Dyson sold a COVID mask. And that one actually looked neat. This looks kind of like an alien head.
Face masks. Okay, so it's got a silicone seal that goes over your nose. It's got LED.
Who on earth is going to pay $347 for a face mask? Is it at least N95?
Lights on the outside, 2 3-speed ventilation fans, and noise-canceling Bluetooth earbuds that magnetically dock onto the mask when not in use. So broadcast your earwax to the...
Wait, how are you supposed to wash this thing too? Like, if you have COVID, is this rejectable? Like, can you remove this? Because, I mean, you wouldn't want to carry all those COVID germs around you and reinfect the country.
People sitting on either side of you? There's a slightly bigger problem here. This mask is on its tightest setting right now. The one...
Okay. Maybe this is for people with big heads.
Product where it's absolutely vital that you create a complete seal. And yet, there were 2 different sizes. There was small, medium, and then medium large. But between those 2 options, I'm firmly in the camp of medium large. Joseph, can I just check I'm not being an idiot here?
Of course.
So that's the tightest possible setting. Yes. Let's see if it fits you.
No.
It's terrible. How? What are you supposed to do?
In the nicest way possible, how large would you say your head is?
All my loved ones in my entire life have said I've got a fat head. I always go for the extra large and the minimal padding in helmets.
If you wore the straps higher up, then does it fit?
No, because then you got a massive gap here.
How do they make a face mask that...
I mean, you can get a face mask out of a box for free that will fit better.
Doesn't mask your face. I'm starting to get the feeling that everyone's favorite pandemic doctor will.i.am doesn't completely think things through. And finally, we've got his earphones called the Buttons.
The Buttons? It's like me naming a cell phone the screen. The buttons? Buttons is the name of a teddy bear.
Which, unlike basically every single other set of earphones that do everything they can to hide themselves, these are designed to, like the buttons on your clothing, specifically be on show. They're meant.
Yeah, that's a great way to get robbed or laughed at because you bought from this apparent scammer.
To be the way for you to show the world you love music by looking a lot like vinyl records.
Also, I'm pretty sure I could take any earbuds. I mean, I got these earbuds for free off an airplane. Okay, I'm pretty sure I could take that. Here, I have a quarter right here. Hey guys, I'm about to do an art project. Get a hot glue gun. All right, guys, we have our earbuds free. $1, a quarter. Hey guys, these are the buttons. That makes 0 sense. All right.
Which also happen to snap together with magnets.
Yeah, my $18 Sony wireless earbuds do that for free. Well,
dude, what is it with this guy and the insistence on showing people the insides of your ears? So, will.i.am is...
Was the sound quality any good? Like, would he listen to these himself if he was making or singing a song? Probably not, because it probably...
Not so will.i.am.
He gave him a 3? Look, this guy made a face mask that did nothing. Okay, I'll probably still be on. This guy made a face mask that did nothing. He made a phone that doesn't work in 10 years. A phone that barely worked when it was around 10 years ago in earbuds. Okay, so that is 1 out of 3 working products, and the other 2 fail horribly. Absolutely horribly. That's at least a 1.
I'm going to give you a 3. Mostly for the effort.
An effort? Sure.
Oh, wow. This one looks a lot more...
T-Pain? All right, so we're back here. I've never heard of this guy. Ever. In my life. Like, I mean, who can... T-Pain? What does he even do? Is he a wrestler?
More budget than I was expecting it to. This is the I Am T-Pain microphone.
I guess he's a singer.
It's packaged in that horrible sharp plastic. I guess
it reminds me of like some Halloween prop packaging or something like that. It doesn't look like it's worth $56. I'm not really one to care about packaging, but still.
You can really feel the T-Pain. But this is actually a pretty cool product idea because
it looks like it's $10. I mean, I had a microphone from Target that was bigger and cost like $5.
Even if you have no idea who T-Pain is, I think there's a pretty good chance that you heard T-Pain's voice at some point. It is...
yeah, that chance is like, I've never seen this guy. He was in movies or something?
Famously auto-tuned. Like, so auto-tuned that I have no idea what he sounds like without the auto-tune. And so this...
Got me doing the dishes? Yep, never heard this guy in my life.
Can apparently give that power to you. Oh god, I hate this.
Auto-tune in a $50 microphone?
Although I'm actually the perfect candidate to test this with because I cannot sing. So there's a record button here.
Wait.
Now click.
It records, isn't that live? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an auto-tune app. Oh, I just still here. I'm pretty sure there's an auto-tune app that will do that for you for free or for $5 a month.
Play.
That kind of, I mean, it does what it says, but I really, they just buying this for the name. Elijah, have you ever heard of this guy, T-Pain?
Okay. Interesting. It's time to whip it out.
What?
I'm actually really upset that you're going to hear my before singing as well as my after. We've known each other for so long. This is a big moment right here. Play. We've known each other for so long. I will take that. That's the first time.
Sure. No, you haven't heard of him? Oh, okay.
I've ever heard myself singing where I don't want to run and hide myself under my bed in silence for the next week. There's another button here which apparently allows you to drop a dirty background track.
What?
The latest Mag Go lineup is out, 6 series. So the
MKBHD.
We've known each other for so long. All right. We've known
known each other for so long.
You know, also, how are you supposed to export that? Like, if you want to make a song, it's stuck on the microphone. And if you record it, of course, it'll be, downgraded. I mean, it does what it says will do, so that's a 10, but is it worth $56? No.
Oh, I actually like it. No one would ever use this to record real music, but it's a lot of fun. And then when you're done, press these two buttons, pull that off.
Never mind. It saves. Still not worth $56.
This is a USB port, so you can download to your computer.
Also, that would actually be a secret way to transfer files, because I'm pretty sure you can upload them to the USB as well. Maybe you can put like malware on it. Then that would be really useful. Like kind of sneak in a microphone and hack into the computers.
The files of you singing. So this is the trailer for the product.
Hey, knock off that racket! I will turn this car around.
Everything
How old is this?
sounds better with the IMT Pain mic.
You kids now play nice.
Boom!
I'm sorry, what? So all the visitors of this YouTube channel, I'm really sorry that you didn't do that thing.
Hey! Still noise. One button, T-Pain effect. I am T-Pain and I approve this message.
You're not running for president.
So it's not just for performances. This is also a child discipline tool. T-Pain.
Well, you could smack someone in the head with it, I get. What's a Simply Piano? Is that like a YouTube channel?
Is a marketing genius. So, Mr. T-Pain.
I mean, the commercial.
Not a professional piece of equipment, but does
a 5? You gave this guy here who literally sold a broken phone, a broken something else, broken face mask that didn't even cover your face. It fell off your face. A 3. You give this guy who made an overpriced working product of cringe commercials a 5? I mean, what's it gonna take to have a 10? Like a signed copy of an actual working computer by like the Prime Minister of England?
What it says on the tin, which is more than we can say for some. 5 out of 10. All the way up at 7.1 million Instagram followers now.
Fernando Alsino? Never heard of this guy. Let's see if we can figure out what he did. Also, if we're keeping score, it's 1-2. It's an app with cringy ads that basically all of us classical musicians make fun of. Why? Is it that piano tiles game?
We've got Fernando Alonso.
Is he a famous scooter person or something?
Depending on what you're into.
Also, side note here, would you name your child Scooter? Totally not related to any audio drama at all.
It is either going to be a massive deal or you have no idea who I'm talking about. Alonso is a Spanish Formula One world champion currently driving for Aston Martin. But I love how he's put karting world champion before F1 in his bio. Guy's got his priorities straight. And so what he's done is built a lifestyle brand called Kimoa off the back of his racing career. And in what might be the most fitting product for a Formula One race.
So this is an actual product. Let's see if it works. We're snobs. I question all of you people. All right.
Racing driver to make. This is their version of an e-scooter.
I mean, how hard could it be to make an e-scooter? I saw a scooter or e-bike online for $200. I mean, think about it. E-scooters, they're barely regulated. Okay, they're like, it's just a battery on wheels. Okay, it can't be that hard to make an e-scooter.
Kimoa, we believe that life perseveres within, regardless of what occurs externally. This is why we love the sun, the sea, and the light, because they reflect a way.
Who wrote this? What? I'm half expect to see unburned moments. Oh, what?
Of being, just as the sun rises internally each day.
Whoa, who wrote that? Okay, this is gonna get edited. I'm gonna clip this.
Tell me you've used ChatGPT without telling me you've used ChatGPT.
Well, you could have called someone else. I think we all know someone else who could have written that sentence.
Doesn't exactly scream unique products that have had lots of love put into them, though.
Yeah, Elijah. Yes, sure. That's not what I was thinking. But maybe.
I do have an idea of where we can test this. We'll get to it. Oh, this one's fun. So, for some baffling reason, SoundCloud's golden boy rapper Soulja Boy, this guy, started selling his own video game consoles in 2018. And
wait, what? Did the scooter work?
Oh, this one's fun. So, I have an idea of where we can test this. We'll get to it.
Oh, he hasn't tested it yet. I was like, dang. Like, did he crash or something?
Oh, this one's fun. So, for some baffling reason, SoundCloud's golden boy rapper...
SoundCloud. The app?
Soulja Boy? This guy.
Also, what is with these people? You can't spell. Soulja. Because, what happened to the G?
Started selling his own video game consoles in 2018, and the pinnacle of them, released in 2021, was supposed to be the Soulja Boy game. Get it? I think these are the cheapest feeling earphones I've ever held. I remember the guy's Twitter marketing at the time. This thing wasn't just being sold as a knockoff Game Boy. It was advertised with a 3.5-inch touchscreen, Netflix, Spotify, and Apple Music.
That sounds like a bad smartphone.
Right out the box. And it was supposedly going to have some huge, big brand, big budget games, including Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Yeah, Fortnite's not a big brand game. Okay, guys, you can get Fortnite on any Android phone. What, you don't like consoles? Also, I think we're 2 of 2 on here because I've heard of Soulja Boy. Also, I would have spelled his name correctly because, I can spell. But apparently there's a J in his name.
Long story short, it became pretty clear that the legendary Soulja Boy game was actually just an existing gaming handheld called the...
Wait, what is this?
Pretty clear that...
Why do you have the DirecTV bounce logo in the background of your Instagram ad?
The legendary Soulja Boy game was actually just an existing gaming handheld called the TRDR Pocket, but in red. And after...
Wow, in red. In red! You don't like crappy off-brand consoles? Yeah, I wish there were more consoles. I don't game, but they have more competition. Also, what do you think about handhelds? Like, I was thinking, like, after the Switch, all the handhelds are, like, now 7 inches big now. This handheld is only 3.5 inches. Like, hold it, you can put it in your pocket. You can't put a Switch in your pocket.
After it turned out that it was a scam and basically no one who bought one seemed to receive one, Soulja Boy then started promising those buyers that they would instead get an upgraded model with AI that was now worth $400.
Wow. AI on a game console.
And this is that. Oh god, This thing is so reflective.
This would have been good. This would have been a great console. Greatest of all time. In 2006.
Not a good choice of finish for a gaming console. So it runs Android, which means...
So yeah, you just bought a trash phone.
Oh no. The Call of Duty and the Fortnite games he's promised to people, they're just the mobile games, aren't they? It doesn't even meet the minimum requirements to run Fortnite.
Yep, I knew it. It's an off-brand trash Android phone that's been forced in some weird aspect ratio. But, technically the product works.
Fortnite on a phone does not have very high minimum requirements. It plays the emulator okay. It's not like the best visual or frame.
What game is that supposed to be? I'm pretty sure that looks like it was rendered in Python.
Rate experience, but it's not bad as an emulator. The thing has no shoulder buttons. How am I meant to drift without shoulder buttons? Okay, forget that. Let's test the AI, the supposedly life-changing AI. That's the sole reason this thing's price was increased.
Life-changing in a box. Bad Mario Kart? I don't know. Yeah, the size of consoles. What are you talking about? They had pocket consoles like the Game Boy in 1989. I'm pretty sure they could figure out how to get consoles smaller and pocketable.
From $200 to $400. Hi, Scarlett. What's the weather? Tell me anything. Tell me anything useful. It crashed. Maybe I can ask
Scarlett. Wow.
Get to drift for me in racing games since I have no shoulder buttons. This whole thing is just absolutely terrible. Every angle of this sucks.
What? if someone showed this to me, like, why are you giving me a piece of metal with? Okay.
It's Android 11, so it's 4 years out of date. I have doubts about the update schedule on this device. Oh, and I really love this personal touch he's added to the side of the console. He's angled the power button 80 degrees off from where it normally is.
Why? So this guy just sold $400 phones that barely work to kids.
Guy. Doesn't it also look like one of those devices you use in hospitals to bring people back to life? Like, except this might actually be the thing that kills me. Okay, so this is Call of Duty Mobile.
Alright.
None of the controls work. So settings, oh my god, the resolution of the screen is so poor.
What?
I can barely read the text in the menus. It's just such a lazy product. They haven't done like the base layer of programming
I could sell that if I wanted to.
Required to make these controls detectable in most games. Well, I guess what Soldier Boy said was true. In life, you either crank that Soldier Boy, or he cranks you. And
what?
We're the ones who got cranked here. You get a very prestigious 0 out of 10.
He gave him 0. I mean, at least he delivered a project that kind of worked. Let's say we have a 4K console ending something. What the heck is Breath of the Wild? I'm not talking about a console like an Xbox or a PlayStation. I'm talking about like a handheld. Well, is Breath of the Wild like what is that?
Not even on the board.
Not everybody cares about quality. Some people just want crap. If that's you, Bespoke Post is not for you.
Okay, we are in the tens of millions at this point.
Tens of millions. Probably never ever heard of them in my life.
I think it's pretty fair to say that anyone beyond this point is like world famous.
Well, world famous. Probably never ever heard of them in my life.
Starting with Harry Kane, who's
who?
Kind of a football legend. This guy scored
That's not football, it's soccer.
66 goals in his 98 international appearances, making him the highest goal scorer ever for England. And
literally never heard of him. Ever. I'm pretty sure people in Scotland never heard of him.
Basically meaning that in any given game, he is more likely to score than to not score, which feels like a wild statistic. So, with all his goodwill, Kane has recently launched his own brand of sustainable electronics called Our Pure Planet. There's like 100 things here.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Our Pure Planet and like the kind of brown cardboard. You're gonna give me this. Oh my goodness, the pandas are dying. Climate change. And the rivers are rising, and the glaciers are melting, and the polar bears, something, blah, 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 cry, cry, cry. So that's why I should buy my product for $100.
From them. I'm going to pick one of them. Let's review the speaker. Right. I've got to say, Kane,
the speaker looks like a speaker I could pick up at Marshall's for $16.
Website feels completely dead. Very much like some eagle-eyed business person has seen some well-priced generic tech from China. They want to drop ship it.
These look like stuff that I could find for $20 or less.
To wealthy Westerners, but then realized they needed a name to push it, so said, hey, Harry, can we borrow you for a day to do a photo shoot with them? I mean, every single one of these photos is shot with Harry Kane in one of 2 outfits. So I'm now thinking 2-hour photo shoot max. Do you know what's making me think this? It's just the fact that these products look so...
Let's see, guys. In environmental noise canceling, active noise canceling...
soulless.
Eco, guys, it's eco. I was looking at some phone review, and it was like they were trying to pass off battery saving mode as carbon emissions cutting mode. Yeah, your phone is not cutting carbon emissions by not being on power. It's not how that works. Also, no one cares about the carbon emissions of your phone. That's just to make you feel good about yourself. All right, let's see what Elijah has to say. Breath of the Wild was, I guess it doesn't exist anymore, an open world launch title on the Switch. Tears of Kingdom was even more advanced though, so that would be a better example. What's Tears of the Kingdom? Never heard of these games in my life. All right, moving on.
No identity.
Reclaim, recycle, reimagine. So they want you to throw the box away. How nice of them.
Or consistency beyond just this one logo. So I guess if these have been designed from scratch, then Harry, buddy, you got to get yourself a new designer. Oh no, that is the epitome of generic startup sounds.
Yep.
It's like they picked from the generic speaker bingo.
I'm pretty sure my duck speaker makes that sound.
Card. This is just so lazy. I can't believe it. I don't know, if you're going to get Harry Kane, how...
See what I mean? Yeah, what a scam. I mean, come on. They just look up a protest or something? A protest? What are we protesting? Are we protesting these trash products?
Him say Bluetooth mode on. It would add some value.
Have you heard him speak?
Well,
I've not seen a penny back, but from my point of view, it didn't look like one. But
what?
Okay. So you've got one set of speakers facing this way, one set facing this way. So you have some directional
Why is it not 360?
audio. It doesn't sound terrible, but at the same time, I have heard $30 speakers that have more
I knew it.
detail than this. Nothing about this tech feels at all worth $130.
I knew it. I knew it was one of those, hey guys, we got oh, okay. I knew it was one of those environmental scam thingies. You have a famous person cry about the environment and then scam people $100 out of its worth. I mean, maybe I should set one of those up. You know, set up a phone company. You know how some of those phone companies are like terrible phones, but then they say, hey, we're not terrible phones because we want to be terrible because we're terrible. We're terrible because we want to be terrible because you don't want you to use our phone, so pay extra for it. Maybe I could set up one of those terrible phone companies and then say that I'm saving the pandas or something. Maybe give 1% to PETA, absolutely horrible, and then make $900 profit. Maybe even sell it in recyclable boxes. Don't even sell a charger because chargers are bad.
I guess the only saving grace is how much you value the sustainability. They say that every single speaker is 100% carbon neutral and 200% plastic regenerative.
What? Wait, does that mean if you... No one cares about carbon neutral, whatever. But is that 200% plastic? So that means the 100% of plastic that's in there turns into 200% of plastic? I'm sorry, I don't speak this language. How can something be 200% more than what's in it? I'm pretty sure that breaks thermodynamics.
But there's always an asterisk with these things. No one is saving the planet by buying speakers. If you actually care about sustainability, buy a used one on eBay. So, boring product, not very good for the price.
You gave him a 4? I mean, technically it works, but if you were reviewing that in terms of what it could do compared to it of the speakers, that would get a 1. Okay, I can go down to Marshall's right now. Well, it's 8:30 something. Yeah, I could go down to Marshall's right now and find a better or comparable speaker. In fact, you'd find like 5 of them for the price of $120.
You, sir, have earned yourself a 4. At 18 million followers, well, before he got suspended and then eventually deactivated his Instagram account, it's Kanye West.
All right, so we're back to someone I've heard of with a stem plate. What the heck is that?
Or I guess, Yay nowadays, and his stem player speaker. Now, we have actually covered one of these before in one of our gadgets videos, but I think this thing's fascinating. It looks like an alien. It feels like a...
That does not look like an alien. Hello, Matt Walsh. Yeah, I'd like to know if you think this is an alien. Yeah, he says no. Speaking of, we gotta get to him. Yeah, absolutely horrendous take. Again.
Bag of skin, but hidden inside is actually an artificial intelligence that can take any song and break it down into its various different stems, like the bass line, drums, vocals, etc., allowing you...
That's neat, but then I'm pretty sure a phone could do that, or an app.
To control each one of them on the fly. Power it on. It's actually such a cool looking product. So I'm playing a song right now and you can see in real time stripping out the various individual elements.
Oh, it's a speaker, it's a speaker. I thought it was gonna like listen to a song. Okay.
So that right there is the drums. That's the melody.
I mean, I can kind of do this on my phone already. Like kind of boost bass, boost stuff. In fact, Samsung changed its equalizer settings. Yeah, maybe you can record your piano videos on there.
It does feel just a little bit like magic. The problem, though, is, well, A, it's not a good sounding speaker, considering the price you pay for it. It actually makes Harry Kane's look like good value. Oh, and also, the only way to load music onto it is to use the stem player website, which
which is stupid, because A, no one has saved music anymore, okay? B, People will be playing Spotify on this. And see, I'm pretty sure there's an app for this already.
This is the track, and then you have to download it and put it onto your stem player manually, pretty much immediately relegating this to cool toy that you probably won't use. So, I was thinking of 6 just because of how cool the thing is, but -1 point for trying to make his Donda 2 album exclusive to the stem player, effectively charging people $200 just to listen to it.
That's crazy. Also, I've never heard a song of his, so like, I don't care.
Now, from someone who, well, still has Instagram, it's the actress Drew Barrymore. And
isn't she that lady who was like on her knees or something on her TV show? Let's see. Let me check here. Yes, she is. All right. Okay.
And this lady has done a lot. You know the little girl in the E.T. movie? That's her. Host of her own talk show? That's her. One of...
She's the host of her own talk show. That's her.
Charlie's Angels? Yeah, still her. And now add to that list owner of the company Beautiful by Drew, who made this popcorn machine.
Yeah. 41. Okay, this looks exactly like the popcorn machine that we have, but painted white and then has a bee stuck on it. You know full well that a popcorn machine does not cost $41. Rom-coms? Yeah, it wasn't. I think someone on Twitchy likes her movies. It seemed like a Hallmark movie or something. Rom-coms are so predictable. All right, you know full well. Oh, $34. I think it said 41. You know full well popcorn machine does not cost $34. Let's see. Popcorn machine. Besides, pots are like free. Well, not free, but I mean, you already have one. Let's see, popcorn machine. Yeah, if you can find one for $21 at Target, and if you're boycotting Target, you can actually find a real-looking popcorn machine for like $50. Countertop popcorn machine. I want air. Good grief. Not like. Can you pop popcorn in an air fryer? Here's one for $39, $21, $17. Yeah, she's overpricing these popcorn machines by 20. Yeah, Hallmark. Oh, okay. She's overpricing these popcorn machines by like $20.
I gotta say though, not the highest quality bit of kit.
It feels like a normal popcorn machine.
Most celebrity products by default go specifically for luxury, whereas this feels quite light and...
Who cares about Drew Barrymore that much? Who literally... Never mind. But who cares about her that much? Like, no one's gonna buy a $20 extra popcorn machine because it has a bee on it. Okay, you want me to start selling stuff? I'll start putting T's on stuff right here. Okay, guys, we have the TechBoy phone. It's actually some random Chinese phone, but I'll put a T on it and it will be an extra $200.
Cheap, which is fair enough. It's only $34, but I guess I don't think you'll...
Maybe that's $34 UK dollars. Maybe you have to import it because she's from the US.
Find this proudly displayed in Drew Barrymore's kitchen as her pride and joy. So 1 measure of popcorn goes in there. I actually skipped dessert today, so this is kind of perfect.
What does popcorn have to do with dessert? Popcorn? You putting chocolate on it or something?
And this also now apparently doubles as a butter melting tray.
Wow.
Yes, please.
That's actually smart. It's going to use the heat there. I mean, that saves the environment more than, you know, the speaker, because, you know, you're saving energy by actually using it. You know, also maybe it traps carbon, and carbon bad.
Oh wow. Okay, we're cooking with gas. Oh my goodness, you can see the cyclone in action. The seeds are actually rotating, and this.
That's what every popcorn machine does.
This is actually the air fryer of popcorn machines, I guess, because instead of oil, it uses cyclonic airflow technology, which is the same principle that Dyson fans use.
Dyson fans are overrated in extra money.
Supposedly to maintain even cooking temperature throughout. It's definitely not an immediate process. It has... Oh, wait.
It sounds like a jet trying to take off.
Wait, Joseph, this is smoking. Oh, God. Okay, let me turn that on.
Oh, Yeah, because it's he got it from US, so it might be a bit more money than.
Wow.
You could spend your time looking for the perfect side hustle, or you could go to Printful.com. Printful empowers you.
All right, let's go.
I think I got it working again. Wait, why is the entire thing covered in butter? I wanted that on my popcorn, not my machine. All right, we're smoking up again on the inside.
Yeah, interesting. That could just be a UK power issue, but
I'm going to call it there. Well, I've got to say, pretty terrible impression of this product so far. None of it has reached my bowl. Oh, God.
How do you mess up a popcorn? Okay.
Still smells good. I'll give it that. Melted butter. Oh. Whoa.
At least it melted the butter well.
And actually, a little top tip for homemade popcorn.
He actually did put chocolate over it, so it is dessert.
Cinnamon, butter, and sugar.
Oh, not even chocolate.
Add some of that on top. All right, Drew. You give me like 5. Barrymore-ish. Cheers. That was delicious, but I take 100% of the credit. That was not delicious because of Drew Barrymore and her cheaply made, oil-covered, transformer-destroying, half-cooking popcorn machine. Drew Barry 4?
4? I mean, okay.
No. 2 Barrymore.
He rated Will I Am way too high. I can't believe he did that. Sure, whatever.
Hilary Duff is up next.
Who?
Actress, singer...
Hilary Duff? Literally never heard of her. Ever. Yeah, not with the money. Never heard of this woman a day in my life.
Author and businesswoman with 26.9 million followers.
Wow. Never heard of her.
So she is officially head of our YouTube channel, which I'm sure she's had a big celebration about. Watch out though, I might just have to build world's largest Hilary Duff. And her company, Below 60, has built their own scent diffuser. And I thought this was interesting. Below 60 isn't referring to degrees of temperature. Instead, it refers to 60 degrees south of the equator, a latitude that encompasses only ocean near Antarctica, which is supposedly where the freshest air on Earth is.
Interesting.
The website says this thing redefines fragrance design with the following features. Oh yeah, so there's a magnet on the plug and the fragrance just snaps in place. Although
this actually looks pretty well designed. It's probably completely overpriced, but I mean, it actually looks nice.
Oh, it is leaking. I mean, the one job of a container is to stop it doing.
And I take back what I said.
That. Okay, adjustable horizontal and vertical plug. So you can just take this and snap it into 2 different orientations, which I have to say is kind of a genius idea. Because the scent diffuser is kind of thick, you'll want to be able to rotate it away from the plug next to it, just so it doesn't obstruct it. And then fragrance strength control. Well, that's a bit of a stretch. It's got high, low, and off.
That was like the Adventures in Odyssey fan, off, on, and speed or something like that.
So there's 3 different scents. There's If Citrus Were a Feeling. Oh, it's got like orange and lime and sandalwood and...
That sounds good to eat. I'm not sure if you want to smell it.
Spices, mint disco on ice. It smells like a spa mixed with a candy shop. So good.
So like bubble candy?
Vanilla buys a timeshare in paradise.
What?
That's like a pina colada. It's nice.
Pina colada is so overrated. Wasn't pina colada on iCarly?
Okay, so the scents are like addictively good. The only question on my mind is this actually any better than a cheaper, simpler, and frankly more aesthetically pleasing reed diffuser? In theory, this is meant to gently warm your fragrances to encourage evaporation. But let's come back later to find out.
Like what? It doesn't want to evaporate? Also, this is a terrible test too. How are you supposed to know what you're smelling if you have them both in the same room? Who taught you science?
If that's true or not. Olivia Rodrigo, a name...
Oh, I've heard of her. And she got yelled at on MTV, but I've heard of her. Yeah, that's probably the only reason I've heard of these people. Anyway.
You probably never heard a few years ago, and now you can't stop hearing about. With 37...
I don't know what she does, though. Let's see, a singer? Didn't she have, like, some concert and give all the kids something? She gave them something. I can't remember what she gave them.
0.8 million followers, has collaborated with Sony to design her version of the Link Buds, which feels like a pretty off-the-beaten-path culture.
I mean, that's smart, I guess, because, you know, Sony's going to have some good earbuds. She just put purple on it and called them Olivia Rodrigo.
Good choice. Or, Sony offered her a bucket load of cash. So this whole purple exterior is her signature color.
Really? I have to stop using purple.
But to be very honest, I don't think she's done a very good job with it.
Seriously, I mean, you can find earpods, put a case on them. Olivia Rodrigo, why does Olivia Rodrigo annoy you? You don't like her singing or something? She's a singer, right?
Maybe it was meant to look pearlescent and like a piece of jewelry, but to me it just looks like a used pencil eraser. At least it is using recycled materials, because
Ooh, recycled material. I want, earbuds that someone else used as a water bottle. Big dreams, big dreams.
You can tell. One thing though that I think is really cool and might
Go! S24 Ultra for the win. Look at that, in his hand. In the hand.
to be able to save it is 2 custom sound profiles, tuned by Rodrigo and her producer for the optimal listening.
Yeah, sure. Rodrigo is into herself tuning the earbuds. You think I'm going to believe that? You think I'm going to believe that? That she was back there, hey, I want this profile? No. Her team did that.
Experience of her albums Guts and Sour. I guess there is.
Who named them? What? How is this woman popular? She named her album Guts.
Is something really cool about knowing that you're getting the exact same audio experience that she's had, and that
her producers today. She wasn't back there fiddling with sound profiles. Also, I'm pretty sure I could figure out a reverse engineer the sound profile and make it my own, put the equalizer settings up online if I cared enough.
She endorses for her own music. Let's give it a go. So right now I'm listening to her Sour album without the Sour sound profile.
Her music's probably trash either way. Her songs annoy you? Yeah, didn't she have some satanic concert or something? That's how I know it from.
So the earphones sound pretty good, but they're a little bit flat.
They're Sony earbuds. I mean, it's not like she was back there making them herself. Got them off of AliExpress or something.
They don't have the bass response that I would want. And also, I think part of it is on her album. I think it's not recorded in the best environment for optimal listening. There's some artists who, when you listen to their tracks on really good earphones, you just know that they've obsessed over recording the track right. Let's switch over to the Sour sound profile. Okay. I changed my mind. It's actually kind of lazy. They both sound basically the same as each other, and they both sound almost the same as just the flat, neutral sound profile. So I guess
I knew it. Yeah, she wasn't back there.
The idea is cool, but it's not enough to make it a unique proposition, nor is it enough to make.
Also, I could reverse engineer that in 5 minutes. Okay, you give me those earbuds, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the sound profile, have screenshots online, and then boom, her one selling point is gone. Oh, I guess it's pink or something, purple. You can find a purple earbuds case. Run over it a few times to get some white in it. Yeah, actually, take your $5 purple earbud case, run over it on a scooter, and then it turns white a little bit. Boom, it's distressed.
Not so great earphones sound amazing.
So I would say it's not a scandal, but she's taken a pretty mediocre product, and to be honest with this design, she's actually made it slightly worse. So I think you can have a 4. Wow, this is actually a really poor show. Is anyone even going to reach the upper half?
$72 a month.
That's it.
But that's crazy.
How much are you paying for your auto insurance?
I would say
Now, just before we get to the top 3 celebrities, the ones with hundreds of millions of followers, turns out that Will Smith is actually the global ambassador for Insta360, this video sponsor, and they have absolutely nailed it with their new X4 camera.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's gonna get a 10 because they're sponsored by you, and we don't need to hear from them. So here's the scooter.
You never miss anything. The downside is that this often adds an extra step because you might want to go through and tweak which way the camera is looking at every single point. But now you don't even have to do that anymore because,
blah, 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 blah.
As opposed to, I really like Alonso's fun. I think this is me realizing that I really like e-scooters as opposed to I really like Alonso's product. It's pretty standard. There's a light, which we've seen a lot of very bright flashlights on this channel. This isn't really one of them. And there's just not many bells and whistles to it.
It actually has a bell. No whistle, though.
That one. But it's got a kick. Oh, no. Ramp. I think you can have our first ever 6.
It does what it says it's going to do. Probably overpriced. It has wood on there. Congratulations. Whoop-de-doo.
It's out of 10.
Right, we're in the big leagues now. With 121 million followers,
That's his first name? Huh.
it's Real Madrid footballer Kylian Mbappe, and he has also released a portable speaker. But this one's looking very promising with 100 watts of music power, compared to, I'd guess, the 30 watts of Harry Kane speaker and the 3 watts of the speakers inside your phone. Holy moly.
Polarizing.
The color on this thing.
A slightly hilarious attempt at branding on their website. Inspired by the sporting achievements of football star Kylian Mbappe, we've made a speaker. I mean, the guy...
So you were inspired by him by kicking a ball into a goal. So you decided to make a speaker. Okay.
is a fantastic dribbler, but how did you get to speaker from there? This one is pretty exciting because the company that manufactures it is called Loewe. They're a luxury speaker company. They have a normal Bluetooth speaker which costs $99, but then with Mbappe, they've worked together to design the Pro, which is $249.
Green is not worth. It's $99.49. Yeah, it's not worth $150 extra dollars. That's not how this works. Okay.
So, are we being scammed, or
yes,
has Kylian gone and scored? Oh, this is actually super unique. There's a touch bar on the actual body of the speaker that allows you to adjust the volume, the bass, and the treble. Although, did they not think to put a slightly brighter LED on the inside, considering you can see the rest of the speaker from the moon? So let's take it for a spin. Oh, okay. You really feel the thump that comes with 100 watts of amplification here. And bass is going up now, and all the way up. Oh, God. Okay. So...
it's nice. Is it worth $300 US?
This is a good, powerful speaker, but it's exactly what it looks like. You know, when you see this bass slider that you can adjust to some infinite degree, it makes you think that it's going to be one of those speakers like the DVLA Phantom that I tested a while ago that can just completely defy its dimensions. This is not that. When you dial up the bass, it literally just tweaks a software setting that adds in more bass at the cost of everything else, and it sounds kind of muddy. Adjusting the equalizer with your music is not some sort of magic trick that makes music sound better. And that's all this is, really. But, you know, decent sound. It's water and temperature resistant. It's got 24-hour battery life. It doubles as a power bank. And, well, you're not going to lose it. All right, go on then. 6 out of 10. Basically just for doing what you say on the tin.
Number 2, then, is none other than Kim Kardashian. We're now at levels of fame.
What is she known for? Like, what has she ever done?
That I don't even understand. Like, how does one even start to get 361 million Instagram followers? But anyway, she has worked together with Beats by Dre to create her
brown? That's your one thing. Oh, guys, brown.
Own custom version of the Studio Pros. So she's launched this in 3 colors, all personally curated by her. Moon, Dune.
That is rose gold, chocolate,
and Earth.
And dark chocolate. These are scams. Does anyone actually care that much about Kim Kardashian to get brown headphones from her?
What is up with Kim Kardashian and trying to turn the entire world flesh toned? I actually can't decide if I like it or not. It makes it look and feel very premium, but at the same time, it makes me feel like I'm carrying around a bag of foundation wherever I go. And then you've also got this custom cable, which weaves together the fabrics of all 3 of the colors she's made, so that...
Wow. That's something there.
They only have to make 1 cable for all 3 products. Let's give them a listen. I actually haven't tested Beats in a while, but these are not the products they used to be. They're actually easily the best sounding audio products in this entire video.
Well, that's not that hard of a thing, okay?
But don't get too excited, nothing's been over a 6.
So, obviously, Kim Kardashian didn't make Beats, but she picked a good product to partner with and she made it look better.
She picked brown. Brown. The color of dirt. She said, guys, we're gonna make brown headphones. And I'm gonna sell them for an extra money. And people said yes. And they bought it.
For some people. So, congratulations, Kim.
A 7? She literally did nothing. She said, "Hey guys, we're gonna have brown headphones," and they were like, "Yes, idiot, people are gonna buy this." And then she gets a 7 for that. Okay, sure.
You're the proud recipient of a 7 out of 10.
Want to charge doubly fast? Anchor Mago. Doubly fast.
Oh, whoa, that is nice. Not subtle at all, and I love it. Oh yeah, it's
he's testing the smell.
Definitely warmed up, which is just going to accelerate the natural evaporation process. I only think was how on earth are we already like halfway through the fragrance?
Dang, probably leaked onto the ground.
Like when I bought this reed diffuser, this was full to the brim with fragrance. So that's like 10 times the volume of this little cartridge. So I guess it's here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, I could see this becoming a very expensive hobby to keep fueling. But she's made her own company. It's not a rebrand of someone else's product, and it does what it says on the tin.
Wow, impressive. That deserves a 10.
Better than basically any other scent diffuser I've tried. So you can have a high 8.
Look, so this guy gives a person who created their own company and the product actually works an 8. And he gave Kim Kardashian, who made brown headphones, at 7. Okay, I'm gonna release the TechBoy exclusive phone. It's an orange.
Duff. You want to know who we have at the very top, though? It's, well, arguably the most famous person on the planet, Cristiano Ronaldo, who also happens to be the co-founder and face of consumer electronics brand Rock, and also now the fastest growing YouTube channel of all time. Oh, what does this say? Rock is more than my brand. It's a reflection of my mission to live life loud. Okay, so he's all in on this apparently, and these are his earphones. And so what kind of earphones does the most famous person on the planet use? Well, I hope he uses his own earphones. It'd be pretty funny if he's actually just an AirPods guy. Although, oh my goodness me, this is photoshopped. You can very clearly see that the earphones have been added into the image afterwards. I don't think there's a single photo of him actually using these. This looks like a render too. Well, that's not a good start. Okay, the fit is secure thanks to these fins that kind of lodge themselves in your ears. That makes sense. He plays football. He doesn't want them to fall out while he's running. Oh man.
Oh no.
That's not the best, really.
Yeah. So I think we've learned some lessons here today. Bye. Jesus is the most famous person on the planet. I don't think he would saw us. Terrible earbuds though. So anyway, yeah, so I think what we've all learned here today, we've learned an important lesson. If you're famous, don't sell earbuds.
This is the definition of fine. The thing is, right, it's not expensive to make decent sounding earphones, and that is all these are. They're just very baseline in quality. Like, even though these are priced at like $130, $140, I'm genuinely thinking $7
$100 to make earphones. And speaking of earphones, let's go over to Pure Talk. Pure Talk, Pure Talk, Pure Talk, Pure Talk. Especially for you in Pure Talk, Pure Talk. Let's see if Pure Talk is actually worth it. Let's look at the plans here, people. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, so $15 a month just for the first month. 10 gigabytes of data and a 5 gigabyte hotspot. Unlimited data for $32.50. Actually, it's actually $65. So Pure Talk, customer support here in the US. That's good. Pure Talk appears to have better deals than Patriot Mobile, which is good, but still not as good as anything else. Also, let's look at the phone selection. Okay, so they got BLU, TCL, some ancient iPhones. Okay, we have some new iPhones, iPhone, Samsung. Oof, we have some terrible selection here. Barely anything from Motorola, no Google phones. You can bring your own phone. Also, the plans aren't that good. I mean, they're better, but than Patriot Mobile. But I mean, that's nothing. So I guess that's. Let me check my notes here. I have more I wanted to get into today, but I guess that's all for now. God bless. Tech Talk to you later. And right after this, or maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow, SSLTW.blogspot.com will be coming out. Oops. Wait, we're still here. It's touchscreen. So, you can't. Yeah, go. Bye. See ya.